You've watched the day one video. You felt fired up. You understood the 95% power of the subconscious. You learned about the golden gate of Theta last night. You performed the 4-7-8 breathing technique. You repeated your affirmations with all your emotion and hope. I am confident. I am wealthy. I am at peace. You closed your eyes, believing a miracle was happening. And then, this morning, the alarm went off. You opened your eyes, and that feeling hit you. That familiar, hateful feeling of sleep inertia. The feeling of a head full of lead, a weary body, and the I am confident, I am wealthy version of you from last night seemed to have evaporated. You are still the same person you were yesterday, still tired, still sluggish, and change still feels so far away. Why? Why didn't the miracle happen? Does the subconscious not work? Was what I said in day one wrong? No. The harsh truth is, you cannot install 5-star software onto 1-star hardware. Your software, your intention, your affirmation is perfect, but your hardware, your brain and physical body, is experiencing a critical system error. Last night, you tried to install a new operating system, but you installed it on a machine that was overheating, malfunctioning, and full of junk. And the 3-second test that follows will tell you exactly why your hardware is failing. It will expose the hidden enemy that is sabotaging every effort you make to change your life. Are you ready? Let's do the test. Right now, without moving, just glance over at your nightstand. Your phone. Where is it? If it's within arm's reach, which I bet 90% of you are guilty of, then you are sleeping wrong. And that unconscious habit, that simple act of keeping my phone here for convenience, is the very act of sabotage that is preventing the entire subconscious programming process we talked about in day one. You see, sleep hygiene isn't just fluffy advice. In this 30-day challenge, it is a mandatory technical protocol. It is the hardware's user manual. You cannot expect your subconscious to accept the command, I am at peace, when, just 5 minutes earlier, you were scrolling through news of war, social media drama, or a stressful work email. The content for day 2 will be a journey inside your brain. We are going to watch a play with 4 villainous characters who are sabotaging your sleep, and explain why sleeping wrong is stopping you from reprogramming your subconscious act. One of the play, Blue Light, the firing of the night manager. The first villain, and the biggest culprit in our 3-second test, is your phone. But the phone itself isn't guilty. The culprit is the blue light it emits. To understand this, let's meet the night manager of your brain. His scientific name is melatonin. Melatonin is a critical character in our play. He's not the cleaner. He's the one who goes around turning off all the lights in the brain factory, signaling, it's closing time. He lowers your body temperature, reduces your blood pressure, and most importantly, he orders the brain to begin landing procedures, preparing to shift from beta waves, stress, to alpha waves and theta waves, the golden gate for subconscious programming from day 1. But melatonin has one rule. He only works in the dark. His job is controlled by an even bigger boss, the SCN, suprachiasmatic nucleus. Imagine the SCN as the body's master clock, a sensitive executive director located deep in the brain. The SCN gets its information directly from your eyes. When your eyes see sunlight, especially the blue light of morning, the SCN shouts, "It's dawn, wake up, shut down melatonin." When your eyes see darkness, the SCN orders, "It's dusk, time to go. Manager melatonin, get on stage." And melatonin begins his work, helping you relax and feel sleepy. Here is the problem. Your brain, evolutionarily speaking, is a 100,000-year-old machine. It cannot differentiate between the blue light from the sun and the blue light from your iPhone. 25 at 11 p.m., you turn off the lights, preparing to install the I am wealthy affirmation. But first you think, let me just check TikTok for 5 minutes. In those 5 minutes, you are shining an artificial sun directly into your eyes. That blue light signal goes straight to the boss, SCN. The SCN panics. Red alert! It's still daytime. Why is it daytime at 11 p.m.? And the SCN does the only thing it knows how to do. It suppresses melatonin. It fires the night manager on the spot. Studies from Harvard show that just a few minutes of blue light exposure at night is enough to reduce melatonin production by 50% and shift your circadian rhythm by up to 3 hours. What is the consequence? 1. Without melatonin, your brain never lands. It stays stuck in beta waves, stress. 2. You cannot enter the theta wave state, the programming window. You are standing in front of the Golden Gate, but you have no key. 3. Even worse, studies show it directly sabotages REM sleep, the emotional consolidation phase from day 1. You are trying to tell your subconscious, I am at peace, while physiologically, you are screaming at your brain, it's daytime, stay alert and anxious. That is why the 3-second test is so critical. If the phone is within reach, you will use it. And when you use it, you are firing your most important night manager, rendering all your programming efforts from day 1 useless. Act 2 of the play, temperature, the wrong room, and the cleaning crew on strike. Let's say you passed Act 1. You are disciplined. You throw your phone into another room. You lie in darkness. But the next morning, you still wake up with that foggy, dirty feeling. Sleep inertia. Why? Because your room is too warm. Let's meet the second character, the brain's cleaning crew. Their scientific name is the glymphatic system. In day 1, we talked about delta wave sleep, NREM 3 and 4, the deepest sleep, where the body physically recovers. But the greatest discovery of the 21st century is this. When you are in deep delta wave sleep, your brain activates the glymphatic system. Imagine a science fiction movie scene. Your brain cells actually shrink to 60% of their size, creating alleyways for cerebrospinal fluid to flood in, like a high-pressure cleaning crew, washing away all the neurological waste accumulated during the day. The most dangerous waste is the beta amyloid protein, the toxic junk directly linked to Alzheimer's disease and dementia. If you wake up feeling foggy-headed, that is a clear sign. The cleaning crew didn't show up or only did half the job. Your brain is still dirty and full of trash. And here's the key. The cleaning crew, delta waves, is extremely picky. They only work when they get one specific biological signal. What is that signal? A drop in core body temperature. This is a fact few people know. Sleep is not triggered by fatigue. It is triggered by a drop in temperature. To enter deep sleep, delta waves, your core body temperature must drop by 1 to 2 degrees Celsius, 2 to 3 degrees Fahrenheit. The ideal environment for this is a cool room, around 18 degrees Celsius, 65 degrees Fahrenheit. If your room is too warm, e.g., above 22 degrees Celsius or 23 degrees Celsius, your body struggles to release heat. It cannot lower its core temperature fast enough or deep enough. The result, the body doesn't get the signal, and the cleaning crew, glymphatic, goes on strike. They don't show up, or only a few members appear. Your delta sleep is shallow and fragmented. You wake up with a dirty brain full of beta amyloid waste. And now, let's link this to the subconscious. You cannot install I Am Smart and Creative software onto a brain that is swimming in toxic waste. A dirty brain has no space for new ideas. It's tired, sluggish, and will always default to its old, negative programming. That's why an air conditioner or an open window set to a cool temperature is such a powerful subconscious programming tool. It ensures your hardware is cleaned, optimized, and ready for the next night's installation. Expert tip: the paradoxical effect. Want to help your body drop its core temperature faster? Take a warm bath 90 minutes before bed. It sounds counterintuitive, but here's the science. The warm water pulls blood to the surface of your skin, vasodilation, to release heat. When you get out of the bath, this vasodilation allows your body to radiate heat into the cool air en masse, causing your core temperature to plummet, which sends a powerful sleep now signal to the cleaning crew. Act 3 of the play: chemicals, the debt collector, and the identity thief. Now, let's go deeper into your brain's chemical environment. This act has 2 main characters, a hero and a villain, and both are related to your coffee habit. Character 1: adenosine, the legitimate debt collector. Imagine that from the moment you wake up, your brain starts burning energy, ATP. Every thought, worry, and action is an energy transaction. The byproduct of every transaction is a molecule called adenosine. Adenosine slowly builds up in your brain. 10 a.m., there's a little. 3 p.m., there's quite a bit. 10 p.m., there's a lot. Adenosine is the sleep debt collector. He's a good guy, very principled. The more adenosine you have, the more you feel something called sleep pressure. Adenosine binds to receptors, locks, in your brain, and when enough of it binds, it shouts, "Enough! You've spent too much energy. Go to sleep so we can clean up." This is a healthy mechanism. It forces you to sleep. And when is adenosine cleaned up? During delta wave sleep, at the same time as the cleaning crew. You sleep deep. The brain clears the adenosine, and you wake up at 0, feeling refreshed. Character 2: caffeine, the sophisticated identity thief. And this is where the villain appears. Most of us love him. His name is caffeine. At 3 p.m., you start to feel the sleep pressure from the debt collector adenosine. You yawn. You're tired instead of resting. What do? You drink a cup of coffee, or tea, or an energy drink. Caffeine, chemically speaking, is an identity thief. He looks almost identical to adenosine. When caffeine enters the brain, he does something incredibly sneaky. He sees the locks, receptors, meant for adenosine, and he steals their spot. He binds to those locks, but he doesn't activate them. He doesn't make you sleepy. He simply blocks the debt collector adenosine from binding. The immediate result? You feel alert. You think caffeine gave you energy. Wrong. This is a harsh truth this channel must tell. Caffeine gives you 0 energy. It only hides your fatigue. It just gags the debt collector, adenosine, who is screaming at you. But adenosine is still there. The debt collector hasn't disappeared. He's just standing outside the door, angry and waiting. And more of him is building up. And here is the final blow. The half-life of caffeine is 6 to 8 hours. This means if you drink coffee at 3 p.m., 1500, then at 10 p.m., 2200, 7 hours later, half of that caffeine is still active in your brain. You say, "I can drink coffee in the afternoon and still sleep." True, you can pass out, but your sleep is devastated. That remaining half dose of caffeine is still blocking the receptors. It directly destroys 50% of your delta wave sleep. The cleaning crew glymphatic can't work, and the debt collector adenosine doesn't get cleaned up. The next morning, you wake up. The caffeine has worn off, And guess who's waiting for you? All of yesterday's adenosine is still there, plus today's new adenosine. You wake up in a massive adenosine debt. You are tired, groggy, your brain is dirty. And what is your first reaction? I need a cup of coffee. You fall into an addiction loop, constantly using the thief to hide from the debt collector. And a brain in debt, lacking deep sleep and full of waste, is no hardware to install I am prosperous and at peace. Act 4 of the play, the final saboteur, the loud guest, and the canceled REM party. You've passed Act 1, no phone. Act 2, cool room. Act 3, no caffeine after 12 p.m. You are almost perfect, but you think, a glass of wine will help me relax. Alcohol makes me sleepy. It will be easier to get into the alpha-theta state to program. And you have just invited the final, most dangerous character into your brain. Alcohol, the loud guest. This is the biggest, most sophisticated myth about sleep. Alcohol does not help you sleep. Alcohol is a sedative. It knocks you out. There is a huge difference between natural sleep, a complex biological process, and being knocked out, a chemically induced state of unconsciousness. At first, alcohol seems like a friend. He helps you get sleepy faster. But here's what happens later when the loud guest is inside. In the first half of the night, you are knocked out, but you aren't getting true, restorative delta wave sleep. And as your body begins to metabolize the alcohol in the second half of the night, this guest starts causing trouble. He creates a rebound effect, activating your sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight response. But the most devastating impact, the one directly related to your subconscious, is this. Alcohol is one of the most potent REM sleep inhibitors known to science. Recall day 1. What is REM sleep? It is the scenario lab of the subconscious. It is where you process emotions, heal psychological trauma. It's where your I am confident affirmation gets emotionally consolidated and installed into your subconscious. Now, picture this play. 1. 10:30 p.m. You practice the 4-7-8 breathing. You enter an alpha-theta state. 2. 10:45 p.m. You repeat the affirmation, I am confident and calm with full emotion. 3. 10:50 p.m. You drink a glass of wine to help you sleep better. 4. 3 a.m. Your brain tries to enter REM sleep to process and install the I am confident affirmation. But the loud guest, alcohol, is there. He crashes the installation party. He fragments your REM sleep. You have personally canceled the most important work session of your subconscious. You wake up with a feeling of anxiety and dread, which scientists call hangxiety, alcohol-induced anxiety, because your subconscious was not healed during the night. You wake up and feel less confident. You have sabotaged your own programming. The finale, the hardware's 3-2-1 protocol. Now you have seen the play. You have seen the 4 villains: blue light, a warm room, caffeine, and alcohol. You cannot blame the subconscious for not accepting new programming if you are trying to program it in a physiological environment full of noise. Noise from artificial sunlight, noise from uncleaned brain waste, noise from the identity thief caffeine, and noise from the saboteur alcohol. Sleeping wrong is trying to run sophisticated affirmation software on faulty, hot, and junk-filled hardware. What is sleeping right? It's adhering to the sleep hygiene protocol, or as we will call it, the programmer's 3-2-1 protocol. 3 hours before bed, no heavy food or alcohol. A reason: digestion raises core temperature, harms Act 2. Alcohol destroys REM, harms Act 4. 2 hours before bed, no work or stressful thinking. A reason: keeps the brain in beta waves and releases cortisol, as mentioned in day 1. You need time to land the brain from beta to alpha theta. This is the time for a warm bath, reading a physical book, or meditating. 1 hour before bed, no screens, phone, TV, laptop. Oh, reason. Blue light suppresses melatonin, harms Act 1, tricks the SCN, keeps you in beta, and destroys REM. And at the moment of sleep, 0. Oh, dark room to let melatonin work. Oh, cool room, around 18 degrees Celsius to let the cleaning crew work. Oh, no caffeine in your system, last cup before 12 p.m. to let the debt collector work. This protocol isn't an option, it is a prerequisite. Day 1's content taught you the software. Today's content provides the hardware configuration. Your job tonight isn't just to read affirmations. Your job is to protect your hardware. Fire those 4 saboteurs from your bedroom. Only then will the miracle of day 1 truly have a chance to begin.